Hello friends, my name is Anil Sharma. So I hope every one of you are doing well and preparing well for your exams. So first of all, those who are having exams nearby, so good luck to everyone. So just prepare well, do your well, give your best. Now, what we are going to discuss today is that is the topic ratio and proportion. I hope in the previous video we have seen the problem based on the profit and loss. I hope that is clear to you. So over here just we will going to look at the problem on ratio and proportion. Again, if I'll talk about ratio and proportion, this is one of the most important topic while it comes to any of the placement exams, any of the government exams. So ratio and proportion is the most important topic we can say. Now while I'm talking about the ratio, actually what is the meaning of ratio over here? So first of all, let's look at some of the basic terms related to ratio, right? You know that whenever I'm talking about the ratio, this is what is the sign of ratio. Just two terms a and b, let's say these are the two term that is between the simplest form. Whenever we are expressing a fraction in a simplest form, that is what is called as the ratio, right? So simplest form, expressing a fraction in a simplest form is the ratio. Now over here whenever I'm saying a and b, for example 5 and 7, let's suppose ratio is 5 ratio 7. So here first term a, that is 5, this is called as antecedent, and the second term is called as consequent. Just be careful whenever I'm talking about the ratio, you should be knowing these terms, because though this is very rare that they will going to ask you this type of question, but still you should know the terminologies. So here like example he has given 5 and 9, so 5 is the antecedent and 9 is the consequent. This is what is the ratio, right? Next is what is proportion. Whenever two ratios are equated, so the equality of two ratios is called proportion. As we can see, a ratio b, c ratio d, this is equal sign, equality. So we write a is to b proportional, this is what is proportional sign, this is what, this is ratio, this is what, this is proportion, and we say that these are in proportion. Here a and d are extremes, right? So a and d are extremes and b and c are means. These are the extremes, these are the mean terms. So these are small terms which you should be knowing, like this is what is the basic of ratio. Otherwise while we are solving the problem, we will also apply some shortest possible approach while we are solving the problem, right? So direct and inverse proportion, this is nothing of our use. Next is example is given, what is the value of x? Definitely you can easily equate, like I am skipping this question directly, just I am telling you the ways. This is what is given to you, right? So you can easily solve this. uh can I say that this is 15 and 15 into 8 is 120, that means 1.2. This is what is the answer. So directly you can solve this type of problem, right? Now these are some of the terms in the proportion. What is fourth proportion, what is third proportion, what is mean proportion? So let's suppose if a ratio b is given to you, c ratio d is given to you like this. So here d is called as fourth proportion, this d is the fourth proportion, right? Similarly third proportion, a is to b, c is to d, so here c is called as the third proportion. Mean proportion between a and b is ab, right? Just pause this video in order, you can take screenshot or you can note down this. Sometime this can be asked, but this is very rare that they will going to ask you the direct question, but then you should be knowing these terms, right? Okay, next. Similarly for the ratios, if I'm talking ratios of this much type, like first of all if I'll say a duplicate ratio between a and b, that is a square b square. For example if I'm saying 3 and 4, its duplicate ratio is 9 and 16. If I'm saying subduplicate ratio of 9 and 16, reverse square root of this, that is 3 and 4 is the ratio. Triplicate ratio is again cube. If I'm saying 3 and 4, so 27 is the cube of this, 64 is the cube of this, and reverse of this will going to give you subtriplicate ratio. Again this is the small terms, duplicate, subduplicate, triplicate, subtriplicate. Then this you should be knowing, like, right? Sometime they can ask, though it is very rare, but you should be knowing the terminology. So these are the basic thing. Again, either you can pause the video, take the screenshot, or either you can note down this in your copy, right? Similarly if I'm talking about compound ratio, compound ratio is what? For example this is given, ratio is this is what actually this is compound ratio. Compound ratio is this, right? 4, 3, 9, 13, 26, 5, 2, 15. This is the ratio. So multiple of all the numerator or all the antecedent divided by all the consequent or all the denominator will going to give you the compound ratio. Is it clear? Right? Combined ratio we will discuss later on. I will tell you the trick how we are going to solve the problem for the combined ratio, that I will going to tell you later on while we are solving some of the problems. So combined ratio we will discuss later on. These are the different ratio which you should be knowing at this level. Let's go for the problem directly. Let's look at the question number 1. Question is a very simple question. First of all, I am discussing with the shortest possible way. Question is the ratio of ABC is 5:2:3. If the sum of B and C is 75, find the numbers. Right? Sum of B and C is 75. Now what is B and C? That is 2 and 3. Right? That is 5 part, or you can say 2x, 3x, 5x. So 5 part is given to you as 75. What is 1 part equal to? That is 75 over 5. What is that? 15. So 1 part is 15. Find the number. First number is what? 15 into 5, 75. 15 into 2, 30. 15 into 3, 45. This is what is the number. This is what is the answer. Right? Directly I am comparing. Next, if the sum of A and B is 36 more than C, sum of A and B is 36 more than C. In a similar way, we have to solve this problem as well. Sum of A and B, what is that? 5 and 2, 7x. That is 36 more than C. What is C? That is 3x. So 4x is the difference. So 4 is the difference. 4 is 36. 1 is equal to 9. Find ABC. So ABC you can find. 9 into 5, that is 45. 9 into 2, 18. 9 into 3, 27. These are what are the numbers. So likewise we can solve. Look at the next. If the product of B and C is 96, product of B and C, 2 and 3, that is 96. Find the number. So you can also solve this one easily. Right? B and C is what? That is 2 and 3. So 3 into 2 is what? That is 6. So can I say that 6 is equal to 96? What is 1 equal to? 96 by 6. That is 16. So 1 is 16. What is 5 equal to? That is 80. What is this? 32. What is 48? Like this. If B is 18, that means 2 is equal to 18. Find the number. What is 1 equal to? 9. So this we can easily solve. Put the value. Right? So all these are the small problem which we can easily solve. As I told you, the main concept comes from the next question onwards. Right? How we are going to solve this type of problem? Now see, the ratio of B and C is 10:3. The ratio of B and C is 10:3. Right? When 36 girls more join, the ratio becomes 10:7. Let's take this not B and C. Let's take this as B for boys. Let's take B and G. This is girls and boys. Ratio of boys and girls is 10:3. So boys and girls ratio is 10:3. When 36 girls join, ratio becomes 10:7. 36 more girls will join, ratio is, find the number of boys. I need to find this. How we are going to solve? One of the method is, again, as we have discussed in the problem on ages, that is by using the equation. But over here, rather than solving the problem by using the equation, we can directly solve. Now boys and girls ratio, that is 10:3. Later on it is 10:7. How much is the change in the ratio? So what can I see? The change in the ratio, that is of how much? That is 4. So this 4 is equal to what? 4 is because of how many girls? 36 girls. Can I say that there is change in the ratio because of 36 girls? Isn't it? So if there is a change of ratio because of 36 girls, that means 4 equal to 36. What is 1 equal to? 1 is equal to what? 36 by 4. 36 by 4, that is 9. Right? If 1 equal to 9, what is 10 equal to? 10 is equal to 90. Why 10? Because the number against the boys, that is given as 10. So again I will repeat, this is what is given. There is change in the ratio because of girls, boys are constant. So over here boys are constant. How much is the change? 4 is the change. So 4 is equal to 36. If 4 is 36, what is 1 equal to? 1 equal to 9. If 1 equal to 9, what is 10 equal to? That is 90. So answer A will be the right answer. Next question. The income of A and B is in the ratio 5:8. Again, income of A and B is in the ratio 5:8. If income of A increases by 60,000, then the ratio will become 5:4. Next time it is 5:4. Now here, see, income of A changes. That means this value is changing. This value should be constant because nothing is mentioned about the B. That means B should be constant, but over here B is variable. So what we have to do, there is a little bit difference as compared to previous question. We need to multiply, we need to make this value same because there is no change in the A. It is given income of A increases by 60,000. There is change because of A. So what I will do, in order to make it same, we will multiply this by 2. Why 2? Because this is 8, over here it should be 8. So 5 and 8 multiply by 2 means this is 10 and 8. Now this is what is the actual problem. So this is same. Now there is a change in the income of A. How much? 60,000. And how much in the change in the ratio? 5. So can I say that because of this 5 there is change of 60,000, or because of 60,000 there is change of 5? So what is 1 equal to? 1 equal to 12,000. But question is what? Find the current income of A. Current income of A is what? 10 parts. So if one part is this 12,000, what is 10 part? That is 1,20,000. This is what is the answer. So this is how we are going to solve the problem with the ratios. Next question. Ratio of boys and girls is 4:5. So can I say that ratio of boys and girls that is equal to 4:5? When 100 girls left, the ratio will become 6:7. 100 girls left, ratio is this much. Find the number of boys. Again, because of 100 girls I am getting the change. That means number of boys should be constant. But this is not constant. So how I will make this constant or same? By multiplying this with the 3 and by multiplying this with the 2. Now question is why 3 and 2? Because I need to make this multiple same. So 4 into 3, 12, 6 into 2, 12. So what is the new ratio? 12 and 15. Over here what is the new ratio? 12 and 14. So this is same. So how much is the change? That is 1. Because of how many girls? 100 girls. So if 1 is the change because of 100 girls, so 1 is equal to 100. Question is find the number of boys. Number of boys is what? That is 12. If 1 is 100, what is 12 equal to? 12 equal to 1200. So option A is the right answer. Right? This is how we are going to solve the problem on ratios. Next problem. How we are going to solve this type of problem? Okay, next is the ratio of number of boys and girls in a college is 7:8. Let's take it as multiple of 7 and 8. Let's suppose this is the answer. No need to make x and value, because by assuming this multiple of 100 all the time, either assume it as multiple of 100 or 10. Try to assume it as multiple of 100 only. Just I have assumed. Why I have assumed? Because it will not disturb the ratio. 700 and 800, again it is maintained 7 and 8, right? If the percentage increase in the number of boys and girls be 20% and 10%, what will be the new ratio? Now 20%, what is 20% of this? 100% of 10% of this is what? 70, but it is 20, so 70 more. And what is 10% of this? That is 80. This is what? 10% plus 10%, 20%. This is what? 80. So over here it is what? 880, and over here it is what? 840, right? So what is the new ratio then? This is 21 into 4, 22 into 4. So new ratio is what? That is 21:22. So simply just assume it as multiple of 100 and solve. Okay, let's solve the next question. Salary of ABC are in the ratio 2:3:5. I told you just assume it as multiple of 100 for better calculation, for easiest possible calculation, because it will not disturb the ratio. So it is 200, 300, 500. If the increment of 15%, over here 15%, so 10% is what? 20 plus 5% is what? That is 10. Just I have already explained this in the percentage. Look at the percentage if you are not getting how much is this. So what I have to calculate? 15% of 200. So 15% is what? 10% plus 5%. and 10% of 30 is 300 is what? That is 30. 20% of 500 is what? 10% is 50. 10% is again 50. Overall it is 200 plus 20 plus 30, that is 230. It is what? This is 330. This is what? This is 600. So what is the ratio? 0 0 0 will cancel out. Ratio is what? That is 23 ratio 33 ratio 60. This is how we are going to approach the problem. So I hope this is clear to you. Next level problem, and what is the compound ratio, sorry, what is the combined ratio, that we will going to look at the next lecture. Till then, take care and good luck to everyone, those who are having the exam nearby. Thank you.